What up? What up? All right. Play some Dragon Quest today. I think we're gonna start settling in here soon. Not today, probably not the weekends, but we're gonna start settling here soon with like a game stream, but probably a different game every day. I want to start some different games here soon. I want to actually start Mafia 3. I want to plat Jak and Daxter next. I want to start a replay of Alan Wake. I want to play the Saboteur or finish that bitch. You excited to get the plat for Mafia 3? Nope, I'm not gonna plat hunt Mafia 3 yet. I just want to beat the game. So it's gonna be nice and easy to beat the game. The next plat I'm getting is Jak and Daxter with Rewind. Stop by on Tuesdays. I'm gonna have the no rewind channel point redemptions. They're gonna be big money though. Unless Mafia 3 is like glitched on PS5 still, which it might be. Nah. I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, because I have to. I remember now. Is there like a general store? To Craggy Cave we go. Let's Chimera wing it. Oh, I gotta remember to fucking put the YouTube chat on here because this game is actually a little bit more active on YouTube. All right. We got all these chests too, I think. Not plat hunting right now. I don't think about the plat right away when I play a game anymore, Snoop. I only care about beating a game. If the plat comes, the plat comes. Ooh, got some new spells. Well, now it's a little mazy, I'll be honest. Running into a lot of fights. Bastard, fuck you. Ooh. I don't know what the fuck mini medals do, but I got them. Fucking snooze on their ass. See if that works. Fuck. Oh no. Where did I die? Why?
Heal!
Crazy.
Cease!
Let's go down here real quick and see what this level looks. This room's a single chest that you can't get anywhere else. Okay, good. I should pick the battle speed up. Okay. The fuck is that? Oh no, the Tenetabe is cursed. Well, so be it. Cursed I am, cursed I accept. Can I just take it off then? Oh no. Well, onward we must go. I haven't gone down here yet, though. I know it sounds bad, but I want to go all the way back. It's gonna suck, but like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't actually. That was a mistake. Yes. Yeah, I'll go back and just do that later. We're gonna have to go back up anyway, so I don't know. Go to the objective for a second. Oh, I thought we were gonna hit both of them. Oh no! That's not good. Good. This sucks.
Much better.
Dude. Yes. Yeah, but nothing to really fucking get my MP back up. I just went down the wrong way. Oh my god. Come on. Fuck, boss fight again. I'm not ready for this. Ho ho ho, I say, what luck a delicious looking human has fallen right into my lap, and he seems a rather pathetic fellow to boots. Ulp, verily, I'm done for. Ho ho ho, do come quietly now. You need only to submit to the searing flames of my worldly endling powerful magic. There's a good fellow. Oh, where did you come from? Fuck, we do not have enough for this fight. We're just not ready. Rather rude, I must say. Still, more the merrier. Searing flames for two, it is. Very well. Shit, we're so fucked. Oh, I don't have enough for Zap. I'm so fucked. What?
Much better. No.
Wipeout? Great. I like the rematch. Do I get like health? No. Well then I'm fucked. Nope. 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 I said, okay. Fuck it. Fuck Dragon Quest right now. What to play? What to play? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Don't say it. I played the Saboteur. Then I took up my PS again. All 5 Styx rooms. Yeah, I know you're talking about now. Yeah, I do that. I think I had to do that one time too. It was awful. Worst thing ever. Worst thing in the world. I'm gonna play a little bit 2K while that's downloading. I think maybe we'll play a little bit of Jurassic World Evolution 2 later. We'll see how tired I get. But right now, I do want to kind of finish my fucking Universe Milk. Getting close. Or, another option. I definitely will. Is I gotta finish. I can do those Vice City missions, and I might listen. We could listen to as a family. Listen to the Walt Culture Gaming podcast. Is top 10 games of 2025. Big episode. Trying to catch up on a lot of episodes. I could bust that out while I do my Vice City missions. Easy peasy, lemon tweezy.
Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when the violate, baby.
Time to play the game.
The King of Kings has arrived. A man at the top of this company, at the top of this industry. Heck, there is no mountain Triple H can't climb. One of the best to ever compete.
The following contest is a fatal four-way ladder match. Making his way to the ring, representing the Authority from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, the
Triple H, the King of Kings, a born leader. He's the mind behind several of the all-time great factions, the Authority, Evolution, and the Hall of Fame stable. You might have heard of them, D-Generation X. He helped grow NXT into the phenomenon it is today, and now has all of WWE under his learning tree. Triple H is a true force to be reckoned with inside the ring. His physicality might even be underrated at this point. And we all know about the mental edge held by the Cerebral Assassin. In every way possible, Triple H is built to compete at the highest level. And here comes one of our favorites. Yeah!
his opponents. First, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 223 pounds, Chris Jericho.
We're looking at some of the most intense competitors in all of WWE, about to take part in one of the most anticipated matches ever. know the meaning of the word quit. He is ready for battle.
I'm back, motherfuckers. Bump, 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 bump. Skip that shit. Skip that shit clean, I said.
And here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, looking as ornery and mean as ever.
And from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
He's been through spinal surgery, dealt with knee injuries, and yet Stone Cold looks as unstoppable as ever. They call him the Bionic Redneck for a reason. A cyborg hell-bent on delivering a whooping to his opponents.
Yeah, you would think all of that would have made Stone Cold seem less bulletproof, but I think it only made him meaner and tougher.
Yum in my tum.
And you can already hear the roar of the crowd as this ladder match gets underway.
That's because there is no way to predict what we're about to see in this match, Michael. A ladder match really is the epitome of high risk, high reward. Oh, look at this. Austin with the pile driver.
I am not exaggerating
Oh,
when I say
shit.
careers have been ended by less. Great strength being shown here. Well-placed elbows, looking to escape. Boom. Whatever's playing here can't be good. No, someone called dentist. A humiliating slap. The ultimate sign of disrespect. Look at this heel hook. This is how you punish your opponent, and he's enjoying every minute of it. In terms of precarious situations, it doesn't get more precarious in WWE than during a ladder match. Throw in multiple competitors, and Corey, what's the key to victory here?
To pray that you don't suddenly develop a fear of heights, because you need to abandon all sense of caution. Don't leave anything on the table, because your opponents surely won't.
Being carried around with ease. Watch this, fellas.
Austin showing no fear, no intimidation. He must have seen that coming.
Chop block without warning. Getting carried around, bad spot to be in.
Powerbomb onto the apron.
And Triple H's opposition showing some answers to the test the game presents. He's trying to intimidate his opponent one more time, but he's got to strike soon.
He is delivering elbow after elbow.
Clear those rooms. Clear those fucking rooms, I said.
Using attack to the stomach. Devastating elbow.
Well, looks like I'm gonna need a vacuum later. Fuck.
We've seen how damaging
It's all your
punch
fault,
drivers
Owen.
can be, and
Damn
that
it.
one was particularly painful.
And down with the suplex.
What?
Turnbuckles.
He'll take things into the ring.
I don't know.
Outside the ring now.
I dropped my tray, and now there's a mess on the floor.
Determination in his eyes, and now a kendo stick in his hands.
Turning the tables there. Bang! Big time clothesline.
Good grief.
Uh-oh, captured. Driven into the knee. Taking the brawl right to Austin with that offense.
That's the cerebral assassin, revealing the high in-ring IQ of his big forearm.
And now he's standing it right up in the middle of the ring. Right where it needs to be. Going to the top here, guys.
Looking to finish it.
The fight could get very dangerous out of ringside now.
A win here would be a big surprise. Shock. And you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Yeah, but when you miss a shot, you don't usually fall 15 feet.
Shoved into the ropes and attacking the lower back. With a series of forearms. Getting out of the ring. Smart decision here. Shake off the cobwebs away from your opponent.
And now Austin is bleeding.
Bolting down on the opponent.
Oh, man, they do not care who.
Delicious. You gotta get that good bread.
Send him over the top rope.
The one thing you can't go cheap on is that bread.
Gonna be more.
This is in the wheelhouse.
Oh! Holy shit!
Exhibiting their
Jericho! 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 Jericho!
And Hogan gets stonewalled. Clothesline.
He's all by himself in the middle! Triple H, get in there!
Matches are all about high risk for
He's got one!
Now the pain might not be feeling worth the cost.
Questionable timing of this move, Cole. Oh, no. No way. It's not
Oh my god! Superplex! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Was within both of their grasp, but now look at them.
Putting your own body on the line to inflict
Bop, bop.
maximum damage.
Jericho! Get it, Jericho! Get it, get it, get it! Get it, Jericho! Get it!
Closing in on the victory.
Uh-oh.
reach out your
Oh!
bit of a risky move right here. Big time. Positioning it right in the center.
Stunner! Stunner! Stunner!
Making the climb here. Maybe looking to end this thing right now.
Oh, we go.
Reaching out. Looking to get the win. Nobody in this building thinks the match can end here.
I think so.
Go home.
Hogan stops him.
Snatch a victory here,
I
guys.
think it's gonna happen.
That may have been an act of desperation right there, guys.
No doubt about it.
Look out. They're high above the ring here.
I feel like something really bad's about to happen.
Here he goes, guys. Looking for the win.
I think it's gonna happen right now. Having some trouble getting it down.
Go help him, Byron. First a knife edge chop, and now continuing the attack on the knee.
Straight to the knee. Neck breaker excellently executed.
He has just completely lost his wind.
Yeah, he's got to dig deep and find another win if he wants to stay in this. Uh-oh, slipped out of the way.
And a sidewalk slam. There he goes, right into the corner. Gets cracked by the overhand. That's one way to use the ladder.
Oh my god.
He's got that ladder right where he wants it.
Now what?
Just a few steps away from victory now.
I think it's gonna happen.
Could be just seconds from victory.
Closer even. I don't know.
Can he get it?
It just doesn't appear.
He got it. Stone Cold wins.
Hands on the prize, and he got it. What a
successfully climbed the ladder, well, that is more than cause for celebration.
An amazing performance, outlasting 3 different opponents.
It was a real tech.
The legend is here!
Do you know what cool is?
This arena just got a little cooler.
You're right. Anybody see my sweater?
A second-generation talent from a proud wrestling family. You could easily say that Carlito was born for this business.
Absolutely. Carlito's father's a true legend in this industry, and he taught his son everything he needed to know. A fact Carlito has proven with numerous title wins along a very memorable career.
And now Carlito is ready to apply that passed-down wisdom inside the ring once again.
Well, I hope he put all of his affairs in order, because The Undertaker is going to send him crashing through the gates of hell.
This will be a spectacle, Byron. Undertaker's going to put his opponent through a devastation that's hard to fathom.
Delivering nasty stomps.
Putting the boots to an opponent will take the fight out of them in a hurry. Big forearm.
Vicious, downright savage club right there.
Heads outside, but this one has to end in the ring.
There was no issue with that attack. Hey, sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. Who are we to judge?
If there's one thing we know about The Undertaker, it's that he can sure as heck pack a punch.
Yeah, Cole, that and the fact that he seemingly can fight through any and all pain, which is exactly what you need to do if you want to stand a chance against him. Call it resilience, call it perseverance, call it downright stupidity. But if you want to stand toe-to-toe with the dead man, you've really got to be able to absorb the pain he throws your way.
Knew what was coming from Taker.
Just ripping and tearing at their opponent's eyes.
Taking off from the ropes. Boom.
Oh, a strong knee connects. Drops the hammer.
Right on the lower back.
And I don't think The Undertaker has quite found his opponent's weaknesses yet. He had to be prepared to take some damage tonight. Oh, what a knee lift.
Kick down low, followed by a swinging neck breaker.
Here's the cover for the win. And Undertaker barely escapes the pin.
This is going to come down to who wants it more.
Return fire from The Undertaker.
Into the corner. This can't be good. Quick back elbow detours that offense.
Nice monkey flip.
Undertaker showing no answer for this attack.
And this is the resilience, the perseverance it takes to succeed.
From the top.
Ooh.
Cover. 2. Barely kicks out.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now.
No one can. They are feeding off the WWE fans, now pinning the arm down, and
Goodness gracious.
Undertaker dealing with some repercussions there.
At this stage of the match, they are clearly starting to feel the effects of this back and forth.
All the momentum in the corner of Carlito now.
Any attempts of offense from The Undertaker are being sapped. like this is just a little bit dirty.
It's very effective, though. DDT! Up the turnbuckles.
What's he gonna do?
From the top. Oh, the high risk doesn't pay off. Right into the shoulder. That's gotta hurt. Leg drop. High risk area up there. Way up there.
Choke slam! This is the source of The Undertaker's mystique. You fight, and you fight, and you fight, and one way or another, it tends to end up just like that did.
Oh no, trapping the arm. Vicious stomps to the hand.
Double knees. There's the backstabber by Carlito.
Carlito could take this one.
2. He manages to kick out. What strength.
Chills have to be running up your spine after The Undertaker is able to kick out like that.
And the heaviest hitter in the arsenal was not enough.
The Undertaker looking to finish this now.
Tombstone pile driver.
Is there any air left in Carlito?
That's gotta be it. 2. Finally got him. I can't believe this match is finally over.
Here is your winner, The Undertaker.
A monumental win for The Undertaker here tonight.
And this is why he is the Phenom. The Undertaker was just too powerful in the end.
I should listen to a Walt Culture Gaming podcast while we do this. Because to be honest, like I feel like streaming helps me focus for longer term stuff. But this is how I game. I listen to stuff while I game, so we're gonna inception that with some streaming as well. Walt Culture Gaming, Scott Tailford and Josh Brown from Britain are really good. They're like Scott Tailford's very much kind of like a Simon Cowell figure in gaming to me. Very good, well respected.
Learned and generational trauma that's been passed down, and like the act of resistance.
This isn't copyright, right? This is not illegal. Am I gonna get arrested for this whole
like the 10s and the 9s and the 8s. Everything else, I mean, I want one. I feel left out. We finally made it to the end of the year, and I don't even celebrate it with a Christmas jumper. What's that about? I
want
did
one
put
of
the
those-
tree up last night, though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a Predator on top of mine.
I've got a nice star, though. I wanted an angel.
You've been vintage.
You know? I'm being vintage. You
You're
know?
Robbie Williams. Put the angel on top of it.
Oi!
Hey.
No. Forget the angel. Put Robbie Williams on top of the
Have you
tree.
not got a 3D printed Robbie?
And then I can look up some games while
immediately messaging Dan Durkin after this finishes, and I'm going to ask him to 3D print
While
me
they go.
Robbie Williams as an angel. To
As
go on
well,
top
we
of the tree.
should. I also should mention, because I'm a contrasting man, and I'm going to be including Ghost of Yote in our games of the year conversation, because I hated it last week. I like it
Literally,
now.
this time last week, you
Yeah.
were out.
I
on
almost gave it up.
So I
You
don't
kept
know when
telling
we're
me
going
give
to
it up.
get
I said,
to it.
"No, I won't."
It's spoilers quite high on my list, so I guess we'll talk about your 180 when we
Maybe
get
it's
there.
maybe
which
it's
is
quite high on my list.
You are mad. You are a mad person with mad thoughts.
You're not wrong. We thought we would do the best games of 2025, though, in 2 separate parts, as well as a whole bunch of honourable mentions. So we should start with honourable mentions, and then we'll do 10 through 6 for part 1, and then we'll keep everybody in suspense until the following week.
You know what? I think overall, it's been a great year. It's been a fantastic year for
That was a
me.
ludicrous year.
Especially in the second half, like so many big hitters seemed to drop after the summer was over. Like October
I
was
can't
just
find
crazy.
one.
Even November was pretty crazy. So as always, it's been a hard list to put together, especially when we get into like the 10s and the 9s and the 8s. Everything else might fall a little controversially depending on what you want to see at the top. But I think for me, genuinely, from 7 onwards on my list, they're all kind of like 5-star games for me, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine. I'm thinking that other than my number 10, they're 5-star games.
Right.
But my number 10 is just something that I spent a lot of time on, and we'll get there, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, in terms of a year itself, it's been ridiculous. The last 2 or 3 months, I feel like I've just been drowning trying to keep up. Like, and there are so many massive games like Yote or like Yakuza Kiwami 2 got a re-release on Switch or whatever it is, where every other week I'm buying something else and then barely getting through it. Let's do honorable mentions first. What are your honorable mentions?
All right, so again, I'm already cheating. So I've got honorable mentions.
Yes, Disco Elysium in the best games of the generation. Now he does this.
And then I've got honorable mentions.
Yes.
So
Three game deals?
you threw me there because I didn't realize which order these were going out in. I was like, have we revealed that? But
No,
that's
I guess
that's
not,
a
actually,
teaser
yeah.
for the future. Yeah, so my honorable mentions to start with are Mafia the Old Country, a game that I loved, even though it's probably like the best 7 out of 10 game ever. Just the story, the world, hooked me. A kind of like a throwback gameplay-wise. It feels in the best possible way like a late period 360 game or early PS4 game with the cover shooting and the driving and stuff, but I loved that going back to
Same.
early 1900s Sicily. Great. Next up, I've got
Did
Silent
my
Hill
tires
F,
get popped?
which was a lovely return to that franchise. A great, just what you could hope for a proper sequel in that franchise.
You
that was
know,
so long away. Have you
Every
got-
year we
Yeah.
do this, and every year I spend so long combing my entire purchase history to make sure I've got everything. Forgot Silent Hill F.
Of course you did.
Just didn't show up, did it?
We play a lot of games, man. We play a lot of games.
I'm gonna have to add that now. And that.
I know Sai and Joe will be probably lamenting that hasn't made the top 10. I know they really loved it, even more than I did.
I did as well.
But I've got plenty of honorable mentions to go. Battlefield 6, another great return to form. Have loved playing that. Put like 100 hours in to it already, and I envision it only getting better. All the updates have been really good. The latest map is probably the best one in the game, so that's amazing. And then Karma the Dark World, which was a really underrated first-person horror from the start of the year. So those are my honorable mentions, and now I'll get into my honorable
See,
mentions.
Karma
And
the
what I
Dark
mean by that
World.
is all of these games.
I haven't heard of that one. See, now we go, we look this one up. We discover, we explore, we give chances, we give opportunity, we give profit, we give hope. There it is, $24.99.
To be honest, I just don't know who I am sometimes. I mean, when I dive into their hands, merge with them,
Very good, very delicious.
body, my body's obliterated in the blink of an eye. Then bang, I'm stuffed into another body. There's smells, no sensations. This is like some sort of wicked.
Yep. Let's wishlist this for sure. See, there we go.
at one point were in the top 10, and I had to swap them out, and it really kills me to leave them off. So I've got the Altars, which when we did the mid-year checkup was like really high, which is just a testament to how much I enjoyed the rest of the games on this list that's been knocked out. But the Altars has my favorite performance of the year.
Nice.
With Alex Jordan as the many Jandolskis in that game. It's such a smartly written title. One of the most unpredictable games of the year. Loved it. Lair of the Demon King, which to me was the real Silent Hill F this year. And what I mean by that is it's this PS1 throwback first-person game, and it feels like a Silent Hill spin-off from the PS1 that has just been unearthed. Like its atmosphere, its grayness, Scott, its fogginess. It just it harkens back to like those older horror titles while still being modern enough to be playable. I was so surprised by it. I thought it was going to be style over substance. It absolutely isn't. It's so tightly designed. And another one that was in the top 10 but just got pipped to the post was Wuchang Fallen Feathers, which is like maybe the best Souls game not made by From Software. I thought Lies of P was as good as it was ever going to get. And this might not be better than that, but it's certainly like up there with it. You cannot go wrong with either Lies of P or this if you like Souls. I was so blown away by it. I wasn't expecting it. It's beautiful. It plays so well. Has some of my favorite boss battles of the year. It was number 8 at one point, put it that way.
Did you play the Lies of P DLC? Was this year, I think?
I didn't get a chance to.
Right.
I want to go back to it at some point. In fact, I even downloaded
That's how good this year's been, though.
I know. I downloaded it on PS5 with the intention, because it's my thing of I need to play the whole game again. I played the first half an hour and I thought, no, I'm going to wait until I can dedicate some time to it. So unfortunately, didn't get to Lies of P.
Right. Fair. My honorable mentions, I've got so many. I'm not doing the split like you, although to be honest, most of these, because initially I went through everything that I played this year. I checked the purchase history, the transaction history, made a big old list, and then started whittling stuff down. And then I guess I did what was your second round of honorable mentions. These are the ones that were initially in the 10 and then just got bumped out to be in the bottom end. So my honorable mentions are 100-line Last Defense Academy. I loved that back in June. I feel like this year's been ridiculous.
It has.
In terms of like just sheer mental capacity to process the games.
100-line? What? See, a lot of shit I haven't heard of. What? Or like 1,000 times resist? Like this game right here, they talking like it's really good. No. Nope. 100-line? Fuck up both those games. I ain't playing that shit.
Like Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii feels like 10 years ago. So most of this first half of this year feels like forever ago. But 100-line Last Defense Academy, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Citizen Sleeper 2, Fantasia, Neo Dimension, Robocop Rogue City, Unfinished Business, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I know is a wound to Josh Brown, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and I Am Your Beast.
You know what? I thought Sonic Racing would have gotten the top 10.
It might have already been in the top 10 and I moved it.
Well, of course.
I'm a mad man with mad thoughts.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you got. Oh.
Maybe you reminded me of something and I had to move it.
You are mad in the brain.
Yeah.
You're mad in the brain.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
Try and stop me. We're doing this is the fully subjective ranking. No objectivity here, so don't worry about it. I had to fight myself to not put Metal Gear Solid 2 on here because I replayed that recently.
Yeah.
And that was
There's no windows in this room, but I would have chucked you out a window somewhere if you did that. I've got no. This might be the first time ever. I've got no like remakes in my top 10. As far as I can tell.
No, me neither.
Not a single remake.
Well,
I think that's the first year it's ever happened for me.
Yes, no remix. Spiritual continuation is for one of them. But we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Give me your number 10.
Oh, yes, my number
Hit me.
10 coming in extremely late as I just finished it last week.
Oh, nice.
1,000 times resist. What a game this was. And visually, I really thought it wasn't going to be my thing. And it's kind of why I initially ignored it when it came out on PC last year. And it finally got a console release in November. And this is like an anime and would have gotten the top 10.
It might have already been in the top 10 and I moved it.
Well, of course.
I'm a mad man with mad thoughts.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you got. Oh.
Maybe you reminded me of something and I had to move it.
You are mad in the brain.
Yeah.
You're mad in the brain.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
Try and stop me. We're doing this is the fully subjective ranking. No objectivity here, so don't worry about it. I had to fight myself to not put Metal Gear Solid 2 on here because I replayed that recently.
Yeah.
And that was
There's no windows in this room, but I would have chucked you out a window somewhere if you did that. I've got no. This might be the first time ever. I've got no like remakes in my top 10. as far as I can tell.
No, me neither.
Not a single remake.
Well,
Well, that's the first year it's ever happened for me.
Yes, no remakes. Spiritual continuation is for one of them. But we'll get there.
Interesting, we'll get there.
Give me your number 10.
Oh yes, my number
Hit me.
10 coming in extremely late as I just finished it last week.
Oh, nice.
1,000 Times Resist. What a game this was. And visually, I really thought it wasn't going to be my thing, and it's kind of why I initially ignored it when it came out on PC last year. And it finally got a console release in November. And this is like an anime style story about the end of the world. And I'm going to describe it as well as I can because it's a very complex game in terms of its story. But you essentially play as this clone who worships this person called the All-Mother in this far-flung future. And you kind of have to figure out by traveling back in time and projecting forward to the future, like what happened to civilization, who the All-Mother is, what is your purpose, how is the society you're in, how did that like come to be. And that kind of almost does it a disservice because while that plot is really interesting, it's kind of like its wider themes on
And then some people just won't do the deal.
parenthood and generational trauma that's being passed down, and like the act of resistance itself. It's just such a fascinating, winding story that continues to evolve on its original premise and goes to places that I didn't expect it to go, with some of my favorite written characters of the year, some really impactful scenes, some really understated performances as well from the actors. Like it's got a really hard to describe cadence to its dialogue and delivery to its dialogue. It feels so low key, it feels so unlike the setting that it's set in.
Right.
But it really works somehow. It's like a mishmash of ideas, it's a mishmash of cultures, and it all came together for just like this really poignant and powerful game that, again, visually is so not my thing, but I came to be won round even by its stylistic design. It kind of looks a little bit like the cutscenes in Signalis, not the actual gameplay of Signalis, which was like more polygonal and more PS1 style. This is like cell shaded.
I need to play Signalis.
Anime adjacent, like I mentioned.
I felt like it was the complete chemical opposite of a Josh Brown game.
It
I was
is, kind
amazed
of.
that you picked it up.
Yeah, I think it's
Buy
just because the
Signalis
story
yet?
is the
No, probably
chemical
not.
correct, not opposite. What's not opposite? What's the word for that?
What's not opposite?
Yeah, like what would be the word for not opposite?
Antonym.
The same?
It's the chemically made for me, story-wise, is
Right.
what I'm trying to say.
Synchronous.
Yeah, that's
There
where
you
we're
go.
good at this. Yeah.
Symbiotic.
No, it's it's like perfect in terms of the themes that it gets into, like that generational trauma thing, like the idea of being a parent not wanting to repeat the mistakes of your parents, but trying and failing, just essentially trying to figure out who you are and trying to be better than the people who came before you, but realizing maybe how tough it was.
Right.
And it's not as easy as you might think. Just very heady in that regard.
Was there were there lots of different choices? Like how long was your finish time?
So you get like dialogue choices throughout the game, but they don't impact anything. It's just different responses from the NPC. Towards the end of the game, there are different endings that you can get.
Get
but
those
it's
fucking
very
deals.
clear that you're,
Get
like,
those
you're
fucking deals.
choosing an
That's
ending,
I want that
which
fucking
works because
money.
It's more of a definitely more of a just a story-driven kind of linear title than anything else. It kind of blends walking simulator, visual novel style gameplay with some light puzzle solving. It does have this really cool mechanic where you get to press L1 or R1 and you get to jump backwards or forwards in time.
Yeah.
So I think I described this last week, but you get to get a puzzle, say if you're trapped in a room and the door is closed, if you jump back in time, that door might be open so you can go through the room and jump forward in time, and like the environment
Fuck you
shifts around
guys!
in that
Fuck you,
regard.
fuck
So
you, fuck
you're solving
you!
puzzles
You
with
popped
that,
my
you're kind of
tire!
learning different parts of the lore because of what happened when and stuff like that. So it's like really, it's layers upon layers of storytelling, and it somehow works. I would hate
What
to
the
have sat
fuck?
down to
Security
write it
guys wanna
myself.
shoot me?
It sounds like it would be a nightmare, but because of that, you can tell it's like a labor of love, and I don't think everyone will get on board with it. Absolutely. I didn't think I was going to get on board with it, like I keep saying, but if anything I've said is interested to you, I think you'll find
No, you
something
can't be
in
mad
there
at security
that you can
guys.
latch onto. But if you look at the gameplay and you kind of don't like anything I've said, then it's probably not going to sway you, right?
Because I remember looking at the different screenshots before you started telling me what it was all about last week. And the screenshots, I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. But it feels like there are so many dime a dozen anime games at the minute. It's quite hard to differentiate some of them. But the style of writing, the thematics here sound
Dude, they
awesome.
just
like
do
anything with
fucking-
parenthood, obviously, I'm going to gravitate towards. And I do want to check this out because I haven't even done any of this.
It's I just want to kind of say before we like move on, in a year full of any other year, this probably would have had my favorite story
Right.
of the year. It's just a testament to how many great stories and how many great narratives and characters and twists and turns we've had over the course of the last 12 months, both in real life and in video games, that this only comes in at number 10 because, yeah, wow, like it's an absolute knockout, but other games to come might have more interesting
You've
stories.
said this
Really?
perfectly. We're talking about high art.
Come on.
We're talking about great stories.
Come on.
We're talking about fantastic, worthwhile games of the year 2025.
Come on.
Pokemon ZA, my friend.
Pokemon is on his top 10.
No, I'm sticking by it. I had a lot of fun Pokemon ZA. I think that it's the perfect therapy
Tony
game.
Scott hates all
If
his
you're
games and he put
overwhelmed
them
in
in the top 10.
2025, you're spinning the plates of life and they keep falling off and you keep putting them back up and you're trying to get them to spin just right. Get yourself on Pokemon ZA. What a nice comfort blanket this was.
Go on, explain to me why. Why is it? Why did it win you round? Because I know when you first played it, you had a lot of issues with the technical aspects,
Yes.
not necessarily the gameplay or anything like that.
It feels like it was made for like £10. And it's got like 3 textures in the whole thing.
But
Don't
is
worry
it, is
about
it just the classic, like, the Pokemon formula is good, or
Yes.
is ZA genuinely improving on it in some areas? Because
I
I like
think-
what they, not to steal your thunder, but I like the idea of what they've done with the combat, kind of moving away from the more traditional turn-based stuff.
They really want to convince you that the combat has more to it than it does. You're still just you're locking onto a dude and hitting a button and you're attacking them. It's MMO style combat. You're managing cooldowns rather than dialing stuff in on a turn-based nature. But you still do have to wait for for the cooldowns, that kind of thing.
I'm an innocent
it's-
man.
but
Fuck you.
There's a mix of gameplay loops that I do think brings it together. Like you're always doing something, it's really simple stuff. Like whether you're climbing scaffolding around the city, whether you're doing the combat, hoovering up the Pokemon themselves at night.
This is where we need to be, right here.
Zone where you're taking on other trainers, but you get power-ups and different ways of getting more coins and different currencies to then unlock a different ticket so you can rank up because you want to get from Z to A in the rankings. And I just found it to be super, super easy to play. The music, I think, is absolutely banging. Like, there are so many incredible songs in here. Like, I ended up just really loving my time in Lumio City because of the overall atmosphere, but that's comprised of, like, the setting being this spin-off of Paris with the music, like I said. And it's just super easy to play. I'm on Switch 2, so it's like I don't have to worry about any of the frame rate hitches that the Switch 1 version has, because apparently this thing was an absolute fire on Switch 1. Characters
imagine.
falling through the floor, as they always do. But yeah, it's some of it is that mix of the Pokemon formula always being immortal. Like, it's, it's funny because I loved Pokemon Legends.
No way!
2020,
Fuck you!
whatever it was,
Fuck you!
2021 or so.
Motherfuck!
And,
Fuck
as Tom
you!
gives me the thumbs up in the corner. And it's a good game. And so it is that reminder that if Nintendo would give Game Freak just a few hours more time every year, I think they could turn in one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
Because the grind here, the progression here in terms of like mapping across JRPG party building mechanics onto a handful of different creatures that you're rotating out, you're like, training them up, specializing them in different things. They've brought in different aspects over the years of like, you can give them items, you can give them different types of berries, you can try and like, manipulate this, reading the nuance of combat once you're in there, and it's like the reality of the combat is that it's over in seconds. Like, if you're fighting a boss, it'll go on a little bit longer, and ZA has what I'll call Soul-style boss fights, where, because everybody does the giant health bar on screen now, and you're locking on and turtling around a dude. They're doing their version of that, where you have these mega evolution Pokemon that are portrayed as like they're mutated, they're out of control. You need to help them out, and so they come across as Soulsian boss fights, where they are throwing you environmental attacks that you've got to dodge and that kind of stuff. Things that Pokemon has never done before, which I think mixed with all the other gameplay loops, like I mentioned, like the day-night cycle. When it turns to night, it's more of a combat thing with the other trainers. During the day, you're hoovering up the Pokemon, you're doing side quests, you're indulging in the fashion that's in there. There's tons of customization. I had a really nice time with it, and I think as much as, like I said, it was made for like a couple of shoes and some tape, and that's what it feels like it's held together by, I do still think there's a lot of charm in here, there's a lot of really good gameplay loops, and they do overlap, and there is an addictive quality to it. I'm very aware in ZA of like I said, the budgetary side of it. We know that it was only made for $30 million. It's a tenth of like Spider-Man 2 or something like that, which I've said a few times. And then you've got the push for the DLC at launch, and it feels like they had they've got this big game, you're slicing bits off. Let's get as much money out of the fan base as possible. Pokemon is just so unstoppable.
Yeah.
But this is a good one, and it's funny because, like I said, the last one that I loved was Arceus, but it seems like, to me at least, the Legends side series is doing a lot more for me than the Duo series, like Violet and Scarlet or Sword and Shield or whatever it is. And yeah, I just can't deny the sheer playability of it.
Nice, man.
And it's not the most in-depth thing, but it was exactly what I needed.
Well, that sometimes like makes a good game, right?
It does
like
a
it
bit.
doesn't do anything necessarily too. Now I'm gonna say special. That sounds like I'm really giving
Thank
it a
you.
backhand compliment. But you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like exactly what you need at exactly the right time, providing you just enough forward momentum in the gameplay or the world building or whatever to kind of make you think, I can go for this again.
It's funny as well because I mentioned those scaffolding climbing puzzles that are around the city. The way that you climb, you have like one animation that will let you go up like a certain angle of ramp. If it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
different angle, you're not getting up there. But you'll eventually get this like weird glide jump thing later on. But the way you get around a lot of these scaffolds is you're just awkwardly piloting your character like across like thin beams. It's very like the Max Payne Blood Trail level,
Hey,
which is not a good thing, but I'm nostalgic for it.
I loved that in Claire Obscura. I think I was the only guy
Oh,
who
God,
liked
you
those
did?
platforming puzzles in
Get
that
yourself
game.
in Pokemon Z.
Maybe I love it.
Yeah.
I want to ask one more thing, and it's
Yes.
not that I want to pull apart like
No, please do.
negatives.
Dude,
or
there's
anything
no one
like that.
outside. It's
Just, I
raining.
know this was a sticking point for yourself back when, and many people before. Like you mentioned that Lumio City.
Lumio
Right? Lumio City. You mentioned that obviously being like so full of character, but I know a lot of people had a worry or a problem with like the lack of biome variety generally. Like, is that something you were still thinking of, or did the city itself win you around enough to just go like, okay, this works for the base?
How?
The city itself is a big sell, but they do this whole thing where if you start thinking about it, it really does make a whole lot of sense. But I like the overall thematic in Pokemon of whether humans and Pokemon can live together. And the version that this game has is taking this giant city that's in the shape of a Pokeball, because of course it is, literally everything is in Pokemon. And then there are dotted around the city wild zones. So you're literally walking through, and it's all gated off with holographic tech. It looks like I said the most budgetary, considerate like game dev thing they could do, like giant green walls that like wall off part of the city. But it does mean that in amongst this like Parisian architecture, you then walk through a holographic gate, and all of a sudden you're in a snowy area, or you're in like a grassy area with a river running through the middle of it, or whatever. They can't get too crazy with it because they still have to pretend that it was it was made by the members of the city, like the higher ups or whatever. But it does enough. Like, and I think that they've sped up since Scarlet and Violet. They've really started speeding up the capture animations, like, and the amount, just how fast you can hoover up all the Pokemon to the point where you feel like you're a villain. Like the whole thing of like, oh, can we live together? It's like, I'm hoovering up like 50 dudes. You can let them go. You're not what do you call them? Converting them into candy like you are in Pokemon Go.
Well,
but you technically the guy gives you candy, you pass them up. It's there's some weird lines emerging in Pokemon. The more realistic they take it, the more questionable it's going to become.
Well, let me ask you this, and this is going to be, no doubt, a cliched and overwrought question within the Pokemon fandom.
Yes.
But I'm not in it, so I'm going to ask you now.
I'm very much a casual fan.
Like,
but
in
yes.
terms of laws, in terms of, like, cultural norms, like, if the Pokemon are living with the humans,
Yes.
what makes a wild Pokemon? What makes a domesticated Pokemon? Can you snatch everything? Or
Yes.
are there, like, regular... So you can go in someone's
Well-
gaff and be like, that's mine.
Well,
Take-
no one
take it.
does that, because I guess there's some sort. There must be laws.
Right.
They never really get into. Oh, so they never really get into that.
I
in
never
this.
thought about it before, just in terms of them
Well,
living
you're-
together in a city.
You're running around in Lumio City talking to different NPCs. You can interact with any of the Pokemon that are around,
Yeah.
but you can't target the ones that are like that belong to someone, because
Right.
they'll be hanging out. Like they'll be like at a cafe, like someone's getting like a croissant with a Pikachu or whatever
Yeah.
it is, and you can't run up and be like pang with an Ultra Ball.
So it's not necessarily regulated, it's just a kind of understood agreement between folk.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone's ever really. Someone will have broken this down, but
Like
like
this
that idea
bull-ass
of
shit
like,
again.
once you capture a Pokemon and you get it in your Pokeball,
Yeah.
I assume some sort of universal truth then means that you can't then claim
Right.
because you can't throw a ball at someone else. Tom, can you throw a ball at someone else's Pokemon?
So I think it's in Gale of Darkness.
Uh-huh.
There is a character who can steal Pokemon,
Right.
and it is part of the story where I think you steal the villain's Pokemon to save them.
Okay.
I think I've never played it, but that's part of the gist of it.
But even if you weren't a villain, you could just throw an Ultra Ball at someone else's creature and take it.
I don't know. I know in most games, if you try that, it won't work.
No, not in the games, but in the lore. I think Josh, I think you've broken Pokemon because no one's ever done this.
Surely someone's asked this before.
Everyone's
in the
too decent in
40
Pokemon.
years. Well, I'm not, and
No,
that's the thing.
No one's done like a villainous, like if they do like an Assassin's Creed Black Flag of
Yeah.
Pokemon where you're playing as the anti-hero
Yeah.
going around snatching up other people's Pokemon.
What I was going to say was, like, obviously in real life, you don't just go into someone's house and, like, steal their pet. You don't
No, I was just
steal
saying no
their
other Pokemon exist, but
hamster or gerbil or
No.
fish. You wouldn't go and steal
All
someone's
right.
fish now, would you? But also, you're not going out in the wild.
Back to 2K. Man, that's a fucking grind. That shit. I got to 31, but now it's like, oh, you're not in the right spot or something. It's like, oh fuck. I get it. You don't want me to play. I get it. Kind of a wacky, unfocused stream because we got stuck a lot, but I think this is a good place to end it. Actually, at around the 90-minute mark. I'm tired. Didn't sleep well. Got stuck in games because now I can't figure out what game I really want to play. But I think I do. I think I have an idea. Hey, the rest of the day off. I'm gonna keep playing my universe mode. Yeah, I got a good, decent idea. Like I said, maybe days of the week will go by and switch it up a little bit. We'll see if Mafia 3 can work for tomorrow. If not, so well. See you later.